Okay, thanks for your question. Let me give it a try. Uh, it looks like number one is cut off there, but I assume you're just supposed to graph it. Looks like you started to make a table. Um, so what we would do there, let me pick some values. What if I start with like, say, -3, and then in this next column you're gonna plug in -3 everywhere you see an X. Evaluate what that is. Let's see, -3 squared would be +9. Minus 5 times -3 would be minus -15. So we have 9 plus 15 plus 10 would be 34 for y. So that's probably going to be way off your graph there. It looks like it, I can't really read it that well. It looks like it goes up to 10. So then we might try -2 for x. Plug in -2 everywhere we see an x. Okay, so then we have -2 squared is +4, minus 5 times -2 is -10, so I have 4 minus -10, I've got 4, plus 10, plus 10, 24. Still off the graph, but it came down 10, so I'm getting there. So -1 squared minus 5 times -1 is -5 plus 10. So I've got +1 plus 5 plus 10. So I've got 16. So finally I got something, if I could read your graph. So I've got a point here to plot -1 for x, 16 for y. That looks, oh, that's still going to be off the graph. Okay, I really want to have at least one point to plot for you. So let's do 0. 0 squared minus 5 times 0 plus 10 is going to be 10. So now I got a point I can plot. I can plot 0 for x and 10 for y, so it's going to be up there. And then just keep going. Plug in 1, 2, till you got a nice parabola shape on your graph for that one. Okay, looking at number 2, it says using the graph of f of x equals x squared as a guide, describe the transformations and then graph the function. Okay, what might be helpful for you to do is take your graphing calculator, or you can go to graphsketch.com like I did, and I just kind of played around with the function y equals x squared. So here's y equals x squared in the blue. And then I tried y equals x squared minus 5. And that's this graph here. And I noticed, oh hey, it went down 5. When I subtracted 5, it went down 5. And then I tried x squared plus 5. And I noticed, oh hey, when I did x squared plus 5, it went up 5. That's this graph here in the red. Then I tried x plus 5 squared. Added the 5 first, and then I squared it. And I saw, oh hey, that shifts it to the left 5. So when I do plus 5, the vertex is now at -5. And then I tried x minus 5 squared. And I noticed, oh hey, now it shifts it to the right 5. So I'm kind of starting to get a sense of the rules here, that when I subtract 5 outside the parentheses, it translates down 5. When I add 5 outside the parentheses, it translates up 5. When I add 5 in the parentheses, it goes left. When I subtract, it goes right. So then I tried, well, what if I combine them? What if I do, what did I do? I must have done, I'll just write it down here because there's more space. I did x minus 5 squared plus 5. Y equals x minus 5 squared plus 5. And that's this one right there. So it kind of did both. It went to the right 5 and up 5. And that's the situation you have here on number 2. You're kind of doing both things. You're adding in the parentheses, and then you're subtracting outside the parentheses. So if you remember before, when we did x plus 5 squared, this one here, it moved to the left. So adding in the parentheses moves to the left. So if I'm adding 6 in my parentheses here, it's going to go left 6. It's going to translate left 6. And then I'm subtracting 2. Well, I remember from here when I subtracted outside the parentheses, that was this one. It went down. So this one is going to go left 6 and down 2. So the vertex on y equals x squared, that was this one, is at 0, 0. But my new vertex is going to be left 6 and down 2 from 0, 0. So my new vertex will be at negative 6, which, reading your graph here, I think is right here, and then down 2, so about there-ish. It's not a very clear graph. And then it's going to look just like x squared, so it's going to look about like that. Now I'm not sure how accurate you need to be on your graph, but I definitely know the vertex is going to be at negative 6, negative 2. Then it's going to be opening up just like y equals x squared.